Hi, good afternoon. It's Gene from maverickstar Observatory. And yes, I know what people are going to say right now. Don't do it, Gene. Don't talk about religion. Don't talk about politics. Stick to science. That's what you are. You're a scientist. Stick to what you know. But I'm sorry. I've got to do it. You know what? We've got the President of the United States, one of the most powerfulest countries in the world, talking about Armageddon. We know where that word comes from. And we have the slaughter of men on both sides, Russian and Ukraine, all belonging to mothers and fathers, parts of families, and there is that one of the 10 Commandments that says thou shalt not kill. What I have seen over the last 7 months in that war is the brutal, horrific other side of humanity. It is saddening to see a dead body, with its hands obviously in a position of pain. You can see it's like a claw, charred black fingers, flies over the body. What has gone wrong? How come in this day and age of modern technology do we still see things like that happen? The things I've saw over the last 7 months, I don't know why, I've been slightly fascinated by the whole thing in the Ukraine. It's costing us all. That's all I can say. It's definitely costing us all. And the costs are in not just actual monetary terms, it's in emotional and physical and the experience of actually seeing what is going on. And we got no choice, because you turn the TV on, there it is. You go onto the internet, there it is. Why are we doing this? Why is humanity behaving like this? There are obvious things that we could be doing to better ourselves, and we are watching this play out. We know 100% there has been, at least on the Russian side, 70,000 men and some women killed. The civilians is another number, and the Ukrainians is probably around about, I don't know, the same. That's a utter and total number that shouldn't have even occurred at all, in my view. And you might think I'm being cynical here, but it's not that. It's absolutely not that, because I believe as a scientist that there is another way that we can do our business, where we can avoid such barbaric witnessed events. Trying to find a photo that I could use for free with regards to Jesus Christ was almost impossible. Can you believe that? I've had to stay on the site and screenshot it while I talk to you, because they're even charging for that now. You read the stories of Jesus Christ. I've read lots of Bibles. I've read the Christian Bible, the King James Bible. I've read the Quran. I've read the Jehovah Witness Bible. I've read and studied lots of religions. I'm not a theologian by any chance. I've just found it interesting, because if ever you visit some of these countries, it's a good idea to get a background. If there is a majority of a particular type of religion, get a background on their beliefs, and I promise you this, you'll enjoy the culture a lot more So, you know, I've been accused of multi religion background, but if any one of you know me, you know, I've probably come from a different side of things, and that is because just my experiences in life. You know, you know, someone says to me, "Are you a Christian?" Well, maybe I was brought up in a Christian family. My mother was Catholic, my dad was Church of England, and I would class myself as a universal conscious believer, simply because of the things that I have been able to understand, which nobody else has. You know, I take zero credit for introducing you to the universal equation, that mathematical equation that reduces everything down to just two numbers, zeros and nines. You know, if you want me to show you that, you know, just, you know, if there's more than a few in the comment section, you know, we'll do a rundown on that tomorrow. It's not a problem. But that equation came to me on the morning of me waking up, and I understood, you know, how it was running through my mind, but I had to write it down quickly. I just knew that, so I just jumped straight out of bed, still in my boxer shorts, grabbed a piece of paper on the side desk and wrote the equation down, and then pondered it over the next few weeks. And then I realised the importance of this equation. You know, this is the way our universe is creating. You know, because I will say, I'll be honest, you know, for years, you know, some people don't work it out until they retire. You know, I worked out something very quickly. I just thought, what the hell are we doing? You know, we get up, we go to work, we come home, we have our supper with our loved ones, you know, watch a bit of TV, and then we're back to bed, and then the next day we're getting up again, we're having breakfast, we're going back out to work, and we're coming back home, and it just goes on, and then you get to the weekend, you've got so much that you want to do, you've got no time to do it. You know, before you know it, you're back on Monday morning going round that wheel again. What the hell is all that about? You know, the reason why we stopped hunting and gathering is because we could give ourselves a bit more time, instead of, you know, stalking through the forests and the landscapes looking for prey that we could capture to eat. And you know, and now we're back there, aren't we? We might as well be back there now, because we're no better off. You know, I really feel sorry for younger men and younger women as well. You know, what is going on right now is that younger men are more interested in playing games on consoles. I won't even mention consoles names, but you know what I'm talking about. Even grown men are doing it. What is that all about? How can you engross yourself for an entire weekend playing a game? You know, I have no idea. But you know what we're seeing is, because of TikTok, Instagram, even YouTube influencers, etc., is, you know, a course of direction that these young people are following. You know, they all want Botox, fillers, hair extensions, the latest fashion clothes, you know, a Birkin handbag, a Chanel handbag in their collection, of many other things. And the men, well, how many men can afford that? You know, a Birkin handbag, $7,000 minimum, you know. And if you want just not the run of the mill, you want something exotic, well, you're talking hundreds of thousands. I'm not kidding you, for just a handbag. And these women want it. And these men that are attracted to these women that have got all this Botox, fillers, hair extensions, etc., etc. They're just not in their league, clearly. So these women are going out for, people that are earning in excess 6 figures. I've heard it myself. I've heard women say there's nothing wrong going out with a good man. But in her view, a good man is a guy that earns 6 figures plus 7, if it can be achieved, and even more. And you've got these women that will go out with, they're 28, 29, 30, and they'll go out with 55-year-old men because they've got yachts and things like that, Ferraris, and they can treat them to, 25, 30, even £100,000 spending sprees. What the fuck has happened to our world? When did materialism get to this point? I see it, I hear it from, people I talk to. Where are, where is the Pope right now? Why isn't he on TV every day screaming about the amount of people that are dying right now in the Ukraine and in other parts of the world? Why is he not a petitioner to these things? Why do we not see them? Why isn't the media covering it, even if he is willing to talk daily about these events, to bring it to our attention? Why is he not given the airtime? Where are they? Where are your ministers? Where are your priests? Where are they right now while all this is going on? The truth of the matter is, they do not give a fucking flying fuck. They don't give a fuck about what is going on in this world. They don't care about the fact that there is over 100,000 people being slaughtered by the commission of a couple of people in the Ukraine. They do not care. Because if they did, if they really saw Christ or God as their boss, they would get off their fucking arses and act accordingly to what is going on. And we see nothing at all happening. We don't hear the priests talking about this and condemning it and saying it's bad and it shouldn't be happening. No. There's an encouragement from the mainstream media. We need to keep supplying the arms to kill more and more and more. Can you imagine for one night just being an elderly person in Ukraine, in one of these cities? Let's say Butcher. Could you imagine being an elderly person in Butcher that night? That horrific battle ripped through your street. You would think he was in hell. You will criticise me for being a scientist and talking about religion today, but you know what, I'll say this. You know what? There's warning signs put in that Bible of end times, and they're all fucking right here, right now. Joe Biden just nailed the last one for me. Armageddon. What are you going to say? Gene, you're buying into it? You're buying into the religious bullshit? Well, I'll say this to you. Have we not just had a pandemic? Have we not got famine swarming round us like locusts, plagues? As one of our World leaders just came out and even uttered the word Armageddon. Where do we go from here? We got people that are utterly and totally deflated of any enthusiasm to act because they feel it's pointless. And I think that is going to change for these people, because everybody has a limit and a line, and that is an individual choice of what that is. And when it's crossed, that's it. That's when changes become, that's the precipice of change. And I feel that humanity is on a precipice of massive change, because we all know this is wrong. This is wrong. You know, there is a world burning up at the moment in a recession that isn't been announced, and we all know that for a fact. Come on, we all know that for a fact. We've got rising inflation globally, interest rates increasing globally. The pigs at the trough are chomping away so fucking much right now that they are eating holes in every fucker's pockets. Every fucker's pockets. There is a hole in everybody's pockets because these pigs have been in there and cleaned them out right down to the threads that hold the pocket together. I find it just shameful, that's all I can say. Guys, link down there if you want to help support what we normally talk about in our observatory, and you take care of your loved ones. These fucking dark days that we're in right now. As always, bye for now.